Good morning. So, as Maya said, I'm Sarah Schlutker. I'm with Qualcomm Incorporated from San Diego, California. Um, I'm here to talk to you about the Inventors Patent Academy today. And so, now that you know just a tad bit about me, I kind of want to take a survey about you. So, can I see of hands how many people are from Houston? Very good. Very good. How many people are in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, math area? Okay, good. And how many people are interested in learning how to protect their innovations? Excellent. Love it. Whole room. Well, that's perfect because the Inventors Patent Academy will help you do that, just that. Okay, so TIPA, as I like to call it, was a course that was developed by a bunch of companies, universities, nonprofits, and others that were interested in encouraging patenting to accelerate innovation. Qualcomm is one of the largest filing companies, top patent filer in the United States. And so we have a lot of experience in this. Um, the course has three different modules that focus all on protecting and advancing innovation. And it's really to help spur America's economic engine. Okay, a little bit about Qualcomm. So this year we turned 40, which is a big deal. These seven people that you see are the founding fathers that just basically sat around a table and came up with some ideas. Actually, Dr. Jacobs, he's was an MIT professor in electrical engineering. They still actually use his book at MIT today on electrical engineering. And really, their objective was simply to solve system problems through the arise of design, analysis, implementation, and testing of those systems. And so really it's kind of what they've thought is, we're going to figure out problems with our product, we're going to solve those problems and continue to develop the product. So a little bit about kind of the history. Oops, you okay? No worries. So wireless communications started in the 1980s with 1G, and it was just literally analog voice. And then from there, 2G came around in the 90s with digital voice. We had cell phones back then, but they started with the big suitcases, or you had like maybe a phone in your car. Executives might have had an airplane phone. That was a big, big deal in the 90s. And then we started to see data and text messaging, short message services. In 2000s, we started to see the smartphone come in with mobile broadband. So we were now connected to the internet on our phones, which was great. How many people remember a keyboard on your phone? Right? Right? So that was kind of early 2000s with 3G. 4G, we started to see, mobile broadband come in with this, app ecosystem started. Then we had, touch screens. We had now IoT or the Internet of Things started to, come about. We also have other verticals like healthcare, manufacturing, automotive. Um, and so now we're in the 5G days. We're in the 2020s with 5G, and we're talking about what's something called the connected intelligent edge. So instead of your device having to go back to a network and receive and send messages, everything is now at the edge or on your device. And that's pretty powerful. That's how fast the processing, the memory, the modems are able to process data today. We're headed to 6G. Which we're thinking is called next gen wireless. So anybody has heard about what's happening in 6G? You've heard a couple. So 6G is now you've got the idea of your apps going away. And there's something with the AI agent. You'll have an agent. So this morning, I had to set an alarm clock because I'm 2 hours ahead. I had to call an Uber. I had to know where I'm going. I had to contact Maya to let her know that I was here. And this agent will now do all of that for you. Instead of you clicking 4 or 5 apps to do a simple activity, now your agent will actually be doing that for you. So pretty wild to think about that, but we'll definitely have new experiences. One of the things we have, these glasses on the far right. I actually brought mine here today. They're excellent. You can buy them on Amazon. They have cameras in them, so you can take pictures, you can take video, you can live stream, but you can also ask for directions. You can also look for a parking spot. You can also translate signs. You've got a whole AI component sitting on your face nowadays that allows you to interact with the network. So if you guys want to try them, you're more than welcome to, but be very careful. They're my personals. Okay, so with Qualcomm, what happened is, as the technology, you see every 10 years, the technology moves. And so Qualcomm was able to invest ahead of the industry in order to help drive that innovation. And how we did that, sorry, um, was through patenting, really. One of the, we started our company with a trucking app. It was this device that you put on top of it. It's called OmniTrax. You put on top of the truck, and it would give diagnostics about the truck. And this idea was kind of the first of its kind. And so we were able to patent that idea. And we took and licensed that. So we sold the products, we licensed it, and we were able to take that revenue, put it into R&D, and that's when we started CDMA, or Code Division Multiple Access. So there's two wireless communication systems out there at the time, Code Division Multiple Access and GSM, Global Standard for Mobiles. Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, they were all using CDMA. As the technology generations changed, we're now merged into a single standard. But that's how we started CDMA, and we patented it. And so we took our licensing revenue, we put it into R&D, we built products, we generated revenue, we patented and new ideas from the system, the implementation, the testing, patented those ideas, revenue, R&D, and then we have a continuous cycle of innovation at Qualcomm. So you can see how patenting has really helped a company like Qualcomm innovate. What we found is that patents do create jobs, especially in the IP intensive industries, such as manufacturing, such as IT, such as biotech, high tech, semiconductors, all of these. And it supports 63 million jobs in the United States. That's huge. That's 44% of our workforce, a massive. And so that is why it's so, so important to expand inventorship in the United States. It also spurs economic activity. So we're seeing around 40% of GDP from IP-intensive industries, which is amazing, huge. And then we've also seen that patents lead to generally higher income. Majority of inventors are in the top 10% of earners. That's dollars in our pocket right there. So but you don't have to think about this as big business. How does inventorship not only help big business, it also helps small businesses and startups. Startups have seen their patents grow sales by 80% compared to startups without. It's huge. And maybe why? Some of the ideas are, because they're able to go public or secure funding. So I came in late last night, watched Shark Tank, always do 4 products, right? All 4, do you have a patent on it? Are you able to license it? Is it novel? They're asking all of these types of questions because they're interested in funding these startups and they want to protect their investment. And so patenting helps potential investors protect their investment. Also maybe helps, you've got a piece of the puzzle, got an idea that might be helping a bigger model. So could help you get acquired. And it also could help you secure loans. How you would think, wow, secure loans, how does that happen? Well, now you have a commodity. You've got something that you can exchange that of value when you're going to ask for a loan. So patents are huge, and that's why it's so essential to expand inventorship. Okay, so here's a couple of quotes that I want to share with you. There's Dr. Lisa Cook. She's the professor of economics and international relations at Michigan State. She's also the former member of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. So she's got some chops. And what she basically said is innovation is fundamental input into economic growth. People are able to make the next generation better simply from innovation. And then Ann Chaplin, who's our general counsel, she's also general counsel previously for other industries and automotive and whatnot. But she says, her experience as a patent litigator and general counsel has shown that the true potential of innovation can only be realized when we draw from a broader and continually replenished pool of talent. So what does that mean? Why is she saying that? Is because you can have an idea, but that idea needs to grow in order to continue to innovate. And you can only do that when you have other inventors, could not be in high tech or semiconductor, but people who are thinking about inventing, people who have that problem solving skill. So I wanted to share those two quotes with you. Okay, before I go on with regularly program, I wanted to ask, who can tell me who has, actually, I have prizes. 4 hats. Who can tell me who has the largest economy in the world? What, sorry? A hand in the back? Very good. Hat for you. Who has the largest population in the world? Right up front here? India. Very good. Hat for you. Oh, well, I've got two. Don't worry. I think you both said it. Absolutely. So what I'm trying to suggest is that you don't have to have the largest population in order to have the largest economy. And the way that we've been able to spur that is through innovation. Okay, one last question, or maybe two. What document actually talks about innovation and patents in the United States? Anybody up front? Very good, very good. So yeah, our founding fathers actually wrote in the original Constitution of our country, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8, the importance and the ability for Congress to offer incentives for patents. And that's why, our founding fathers knew that if we were ever going to be a prolific country, that we needed to innovate not only in science, but in arts as well. Okay, so back to regular programming. Who created TIFA? So we really wanted to focus this course not from necessarily the law perspective or a lawyer's perspective who's prosecuting the patents for you, but really from the inventor's perspective, from the bottom up. We wanted to teach people just like you and me. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist. I'm a regular gal who's interested in innovation. And so this course was created for people like you and me. And it's got great stories in it from patentees, patent experts. We got Bernie Greenspan, he's a registered patent agent as well, so he can see, the mechanics of it as well. And so we really, all of these people are interested in cultivating innovation because they see the importance of it. All right, the course has three sections, 3 modules. There's the foundation module, there's the overview of patent law, and then a deeper dive into patent law. The next slide has kind of a more detail. So module 1 is just generally the patent system, talks about IP rights. Did you know that there's more than one kind of IP right than patents, right? And we'll talk about that today too. So the course covers that. Module 2 talks about understanding patent law, so specifically about patents and patent fundamentals, the parts of the patent, what type of patent law is out there, inventorship, when you own it actually, and assignment's very critical actually. And then working with the patent office is the third module. It talks about, patent claims, how to develop your claims. It talks about office actions. That's where the real meat and potatoes is. What happens if you get a rejection? Is that the end all be all? And then post issuance, do you have the freedom to operate? Or what happens if somebody infringes or uses your idea? What do you do then? So we've got all of these. There's, inventor videos. There's also a quiz, and it gives you a completion certificate after every one of these modules. Okay, so this is just the last slide and a brag slide really, but what the point that I want to make on this slide is that if you look in the student background, 33% just have general interest. You don't have to be a high tech, you don't have to be starting a business, you don't even have to have a good idea. You just want to have general interest in how does this all work? Why is it important? How do I get involved? Then this course is actually for you. And so that's kind of, one thing that I wanted to share with all of you. I hope that you take the course. I hope you give us feedback. Um, and the last thing is there, I said a four-letter word at the beginning of this presentation. Does anybody remember it? Free. Yes, the course is free. A second hat to you. Yes. So please, please, I've got some leave behinds, but we've also got, I think Maya teaches the course periodically. And so please, please do join us. We have a great panelist, though, going to talk more about in depth about all of these concepts, but at least this will get you started and you can share it along with all of your family, friends, neighbors. It's free. So thank you so much.